You were there for the 59th Cauliflower Alley Club reunion, and you were there for a very special reason. Well, a couple of very special reasons. One of which was to see your niece, the awesome Nattie Neidhart, receive the Lou Thesz Award. How was that night for you, for Nattie, and for TJ?
It was very special, Ben. The Lou Thesz Award, I think, recognizes grit and hardness and real wrestling ability, and not someone who's just too flashy or has a gimmick of some kind, but just someone who's a hard worker and can go the distance. And I think she's very deserving of that award. One of the few females. I think she's the first, maybe the second, to ever win the Lou Thesz Award. I think maybe the second, but it was quite an honor for her, and she gave a wonderful speech. She talked a lot about her career and how she's evolved, and she's been there, I think over 20 years now, or very close to that. She's had the longest run of any woman in the WWE, and still going strong. Probably could go another 5 years. She's working out hard. She's been performing recently on some of these blood sports shows with Josh Barnett, and I think it's been great because it's definitely more of a hardcore situation. It's more real wrestling and grappling than what you'll see on the bigger promotions, and she sort of found a new identity with that. So so I'm not sure what the storyline they're doing right now in WWE, but it looks like they might be reinventing her, and she might be coming back under a new name. But it was great to see her get an award like this, and she gave a wonderful speech, and TJ introduced her, and he just talked about the wonderful relationship they've had and how much she's inspired her and how much she inspired him after his injury, and they really support each other well. And it's an interesting relationship they had because they grew up in my family together. TJ was sort of almost adopted by our family. He lived a lot at BJ's gym where a lot of the wrestlers trained, and Teddy Hart lived, and Harry used to go there a lot, and his dad, Davey Boy, worked out a lot at BJ's gym, and Owen trained there. And TJ hung out there a lot as he was growing up in school. And then as he got older, he went to my parents' house where the dungeon was, and wrestled a lot in the ring that we had set up outside and in the dungeon. So he developed a relationship with Nattie just as friends, but as they kind of broke into the business at the same time, TJ a little bit before her, they developed a real friendship, a real closeness, and they've always looked out for each other, and it's been great. So it was nice to see both of them there, and like I said, she just gave a great speech, and she has a book that's coming out. I think you know about that. That's coming out this fall, and it'll talk a lot about her life growing up as a daughter of Jim the Anvil, and some of her experiences even in the other territories where he's working before he went to WWE, and then the highs and lows, growing up with my family, and how she got introduced to pro wrestling, at a time that there weren't many doors open for a lot of females, and she definitely broke the barrier there.